Whoa, this is great! So that's where I've been stuck this whole time.
Please return your appendages to the steering mechanism, sir.
Huh? Oh, right. Sorry. Oh, and by the way, you can stop calling me sir. The name's Ratchet.
Pleased to make your acquaintance, sir.
You got a name?
My serial number is V54296.
Oops. I'll just call you Clank for short. Hang on.
So you see, it would be most beneficial if your citizens were not in the city when my workers begin removing it.
Preposterous! I will not stand for this.
Unfortunately, you have no choice in the matter.
Let's just see what Captain Quark has to say about that, my good man. I don't see what's so funny. Captain Quark could dispatch you without even breaking a sweat, you puny.
You have now officially worn out your welcome and my patience.
This is your last chance. Stop this madness now!
Okay, wait. You're right. I will withdraw my troops.
Really?
No! He's all yours, gentlemen. Try not to leave any marks.
Clank? Where are you? Oh, sorry about that. Well, we're not leaving the way we came in.
Perhaps we could procure a ship from one of the inhabitants.
If there are any left.
Still love those over-exaggerated movements from Clank. Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of Let's Play Ratchet Clank 100% for the PlayStation 2. Now I'm very quickly just going to go over the story so far, because there's quite a lot to take in there in the last part and in this part. Basically, Clank was made in a robot factory on an unknown planet as of now. Now basically what happened is, there's been a malfunction somewhere in the system and Clank has been born. Clank actually isn't evil, like the sentry bots that have been spewed out, and he's found an infobot. The infobot holds the Drek's plan to create a new planet for his home race, the Blarg, who are suffering from heavy pollution. They need somewhere to go, and Drek, being a businessman, has the resources to create them a new planet. However, to do that, he's going to have to destroy other planets. So it's up to Ratchet and Clank to help save the galaxy. But one man they need help from is Captain Quark. So basically, they're on a mission to try and find Captain Quark, the galaxy's greatest superhero. And that is basically the story in a nutshell. Now this is the second level. This is the first normal level in Ratchet and Clank, I'd say. Veldin is an introductory level. It basically just has one route and says go from point A to point B. This is the first normal type of Ratchet and Clank planet you're going to find. This planet actually has 3 routes, and it also has a secret area we can't go to until we backtrack, but I'll talk about more of that in a second. So far you'll have seen these enemies here are called bird bots. They look a bit like birds, I suppose. And the other ones are called peck bots, although I think they look more like dogs. And if you want to do here, you can see, you can try and get them to team kill each other, which is kind of cool. Oh, he took it away from his. Oh, I thought he was going to fly away there, so I thought, oh, I'll just bomb him. And then he bloody killed him anyway, so it's like, oh well. But yeah, you can get them to basically kill each other, which is kind of cool. There's a lot of enemies that will kill each other, so you can basically play around and see which ones you can get to kill each other. It's kind of a fun little thing to do, and it lets you save on ammo as well, because you have to buy ammo. This is the first route in the game. There are basically 2 objectives we have right now. We need to get a ship, because our ship blew up. Although if I was Ratchet, I'd be pretty pissed. I mean, come on. You spent so long working on a ship to get off that planet, you get off the planet, and you crash it the first time you use it. It's come on, come on. That's got to be a pain in the arse. And I can't even throw these bombs for some reason. Hang on. I'll just explain this very quickly. This basically shows off backtracking. This area, you can see there's a stream running towards us. We need a gadget we'll get much later on in the game, which will allow us to swim against the current to fly into that little tunnel, and we'll end up in a cave. That cave has something we can only get when we get that gadget, so we need to come back to this planet in order to get it. This little yellow and red thing, that is a stand mouse generator. We also can't get that until we get a gadget we'll get later on in the game. So that just basically shows off backtracking and how it works. Oh yes, kill one, you get one free. Oh, I didn't expect that. Okay, that's good. Anyways, yeah, so that's basically how backtracking works. But anyways, I'd be really annoyed if I was Ratchet. I mean, you work on that chip for so long, and then you bloody destroy it in your first flight. I mean, come on. Come on. That'd be really annoying. You can see, if you have played any of the later Ratchet & Clank games, this isn't a spoiler, so don't worry. Played any of the later Ratchet & Clank games, bolts seem to have undergone some sort of inflation. I know I'm bringing some sort of politics into bloody the Solana and Bogon galaxies, but yeah, bolts are a lot less worthy in the later games. It's worthy, so that's a complete wrong word to it. Their worth has decreased massively since this game. Like, for example, the most expensive weapon in this game is 150,000 bolts. The most expensive weapon in the second game is like 1.5 million. So that's normal weapons, like first run-through weapons. So there is a big jump in price, but it really takes about the same amount of time. 150,000 would get you about a middle-of-the-road weapon in the second game. Like a decent weapon, but not a great weapon, so basically. I still love doing that, it looks awesome. If you noticed, actually, if you watched the trailer for this, which was uploaded quite a while ago, I actually used that clip, because I actually just love doing that. It looks amazing. Come on, if you ever have a clip of someone, like, jumping towards their camera, come on, that's epic. Come on. Nobody can... I know epic's overused, and I kind of don't like using the word epic, because it is overused. I mean, it's kind of lost all meaning at this point, because it's like, oh, this is epic, and it's like, well, it's not. It's cool, but it's not epic. But, you know, there's very few epic things in life, and so... And I'm going on a rant about epic. That's not what I should be doing right now. Anyways, take out these peck bots, which look more like parrots than regular birds, but I don't know what kind of bird they're going for. Anyway, this is actually the last part of the first route. As I said, we're going for a ship because we need a new ship, and the second one we need, second objective that we need to fulfill is to get some coordinates, because you can't go anywhere without coordinates.
Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. Oh, what are you? Mercenaries? Torturers? Assassins? I'll tell you anything. Here, take my infobot. It's all I've got left.
Sir, we're not assassins.
Hold on. Let's see what he's got.
Has this ever happened to you? Hi, I'm Captain Quark, and believe me, there's nothing worse than staring down a Blargian snagglebeast from the inside and knowing your equipment isn't functioning properly. That's why I come to Al's Robo Shack for all my electronic needs. Al has been the exclusive repair shop for my super electro gadgets since I was knee-high to a sand mouse. If Al can't fix it, it's not broke. Right, Al? You said it, pal. So if you're fighting crime, or just fighting grime, come to Al's RoboShack in Metropolis for all your robotic repairs. Al's RoboShack, it's Quarktastic!
Do you know what this means?
Yeah, Captain Quark is really sold out.
No, it means Captain Quark is on Metropolis. We could tell him about this invasion.
If we had a ship.
What? A ship? What? You're not going to torture me? Well, as planetary chairman, I could arrange for you to borrow our courier ship.
Cool.
You can count on us, sir.
Right. Thank you, your chairman shipliness.
Gadgetron infobots give you coordinates for new planets. You should press the select button to bring up the map and go to your ship. It's marked with a star.
Why, thank you, your chairman shipliness. So yeah, we now actually have a ship, and we actually have some coordinates, and that's how coordinates work. We basically do an objective, and sometimes you might have to pay for the coordinates when you get the end of the objective, but this time it's free, and sometimes they're free, but sometimes you'll have to pay for them, so you have to collect bolts. So we actually, this part actually in general, I mean I haven't actually explained this yet, I'll explain it now I guess. How this differs from the first one I did is basically that now I have the unlimited upload, and hopefully YouTube doesn't take it away, because I have seen a lot of instances in which they've done that for literally no reason. But they're now, all the planets are going to be split up into one part. So, for example, all of this planet's going to be in one part, all of Metropolis, Ker 1, that's going to be in one part, all of the planet after that's going to be in one part, etc. So, I'm going to try and keep them all in one part so you know, oh well, there's the part for Metropolis, and I only need to look at that part to find what I'm looking for, and I don't need to go to 10 different parts or something. Now this is the second route, and this is to get some more coordinates, because we really need to go to 2 planets. There's no point leaving until you get all the coordinates. I mean, you may as well explore everything. Yeah, you can explain everything you want, but if you don't explore it, it doesn't matter. You need to explore everything before you leave. I mean, it makes the video guide a lot easier to do if I don't leave. It's more of a Let's Play than a guide now, but I mean, I do explain things. So, I completely forgot what I was going to do before, but anyways. First collectible in the game is gold bolts, and the first one is up here. You've got a wall jump by pressing X on the wall to jump up to this secret area to find the gold bolt. There are 3 on this planet right now, and we can only get 2 of them. Keep in mind that tunnel I was talking about earlier. Yeah, it's gold bolt. Anyways, this route will lead to quite a few little nods towards future games in the series. I mean, it doesn't. It nods to future parts in this game as well, but I mean, this part in particular has a lot of things you'll see in later Ratchet and Clank games. I mean, you've got Ratchet, you've got Clank, you've got Metropolis, you've got Quark, you've got the 2 characters you'll see at the end of this part as well. All of them are basically recurring characters or recurring themes in the Ratchet and Clank games. So, this part actually does bring in a lot of mainstays in the Ratchet and Clank series. This part is actually called the Waterworks. I'm not really sure what they're using on the Waterworks here because they don't really do anything on Novalis. But then again, it has been actually destroyed. Yeah, I'll talk about that. The basic premise of this planet, if you didn't see before, is that Drek is basically destroying the planet to get the bits of the planet he needs. So this planet's under attack, and all of the rich folk have got off the planet. And that's a quote that you'll probably hear in just a second. Now, one of the good things I do like about Ratchet and Clank, as opposed to other games, is the camera is actually pretty good. I mean, there are instances of some games later on in the series where the camera's not so good, mainly the spin-off titles. But in particular, I like the camera in the Ratchet and Clank games, and the camera really is one of the hardest things to pull off in a game, and believe me, I would know that. Anyways, I haven't made a game or anything, but I'm just tell. Anyways, notice him? Yep. Recurring character, and a cutscene.
Blast it!
Look, plumber's crack.
What did you just say?
I said, look, the plumber's back.
All right, wise guy. Shouldn't you be on one of them escape transports?
Escape transports?
Newsflash, giant robots attacking! The escape transports are taking all the rich folks off this god-darn planet.
So why aren't you on one?
Socioeconomic disparity.
What?
He hasn't got enough bolts.
Working people have to wait for Captain Quark to save us.
Well, got anything worth a lot of bolts?
I got this thing. Shows 2 weirdos ditching their ship. It's got coordinates to a desert planet, too.
An infobot. Ratchet, we could use that.
See who says the working class can't use big words. Socio-economic asparity. Anyways, let's pay him 500 bolts for the infobot.
Geronimo!
Did he just slide down a sewer pipe?
Mayday, mayday! This is the solar ship Radical. We seem to be under attack from the planet's surface.
Relax, kid. It looks like some sort of fireworks display. Probably in your honor.
Whoa! That was close! Ah!
Pipe down, I can't concentrate.
Well, we've been hit!
An unexpected detour. When we land, I'll see if I can scare up an exhibition for you.
We're not gonna live that long!
Kid, let's M-screen!
Eject! Eject!
Did you see that guy on the left? That was Skid McMarx.
Does he know Captain Quark?
I doubt it. He's a pro hoverboarder, always going off about how cool he is.
Looks like he's in trouble.
I'll say. I've never seen him look so freaked out.
So yeah, there we go. Those are the 2 characters I was referring to.
Look around mode. Press and hold the L1 button.
The Plumber and Skid McMarx are 2 recurring characters in the series. You'll see them a few times. They are pretty much fan favourites, and they all seem to congregate around this planet, so it's kind of weird. Maybe they had this intention from the start to get all of the best characters in at the start, because in that infobot as well they had Big Al, and Big Al comes back in later games as well. So, I don't know, maybe it was the plan to have these characters come back, or maybe people just love the characters from the beginning of the game. So, I don't know. Anyways, briefly I'll mention 2 things here. The vendor here, which has one of the best characters in the game.
I got some great bargains for you today.
I love that guy. He never comes back. It just becomes a nameless, faceless vendor after this, where you just buy weapons. I love the vendor. He's brilliant. So I don't know. He looks a lot like Skid McMarx in a way. So I don't know. I don't know what planet he's from. As you can see, you can buy ammo. Bomb glove ammo is 5 ammo. 5 bolts even, not 5 ammo. And we can also get the Porosity right now, but I'm not going to get it because I don't really need it for a while. The Porosity is actually the first weapon we can buy from the vendor, and it's unlocked as soon as you get to Novalis. Now if we're in a look around mode, the one we were mentioned about just before, you see these ships flying around. If you destroy one of them, which you need a missile rocket launcher basically from later on in the game, there's 2 of them you can choose from, but mainly it's the Devastator you want, you'll get a skill point. And that skill point's called Take Aim, so that's another thing where you'll have to backtrack in order to get to them.
Press the square button to dive, and the X button to rise. Push the X button harder to rise more quickly.
Bolt cranks are another thing that becomes quite popular in the Ratchet & Clank series. Less so in the later games like the PS3 titles, but they are very popular in the PS2 titles. Especially this one, they use them all the time. Anyways, this is actually an optional area. You don't have to come here at all. This is basically for one thing and one thing only. Well, I guess you could say it's for bolts as well, but there's one thing you really want from this area, and it's the only reason you really have to come to this area for 100%. And that is the gold bolt. There's a gold bolt in this path. Other than that, it's just for bolts or if you just want to explore some more. So, I'm not black, explore some more. Yeah, so that's basically what it is. It's just for a gold bolt. So don't worry about it if you miss this area too much. If you just want to beat the game, you do not have to come here, and you can go straight to the next video. Now right now we actually have an oxygen meter, and we actually can't really swim very fast at all. These things will be fixed later on in the game in terms of that. We can actually get a helmet which will stop us from suffocating underwater or drowning, and we'll actually get a booster pack, which, remember that route under the tunnel before with the water going the wrong way. We'll actually get a booster pack so we can actually swim against the current and swim faster. So we'll use both of them later on to get through watery areas. Yeah, my technical vocab is shining through at the moment. Just showing off here, you can destroy bits of the environment, and the first bit of the environment you're going to need to destroy is this. See this wall? Looks a bit cracked, a bit suspicious. Throw a bomb. And yeah, there it is. There's the gold bolt. A lot of people surprisingly miss the gold bolt here. A lot of people miss a lot of gold bolts. There are a few easy ones to find, but there are quite a few difficult to spot ones, so I think they did reasonably well placing these. As for the skill points, they are, well, I guess they're pretty hard to figure out, but I mean, if you've got a guide, they're not hard to pull off for the most part. I'd say there's probably 4 or 5 out of 30 which are actually hard. By the way, I haven't said yet, there are 40 gold bolts in the game, and if you get all of them, then you will get the ability to buy all the gold weapons in challenge mode, which is basically another run through the game, but harder. That's basically it. And the gold weapons, if you get all of them, will unlock some extras and little bonuses when you beat the game in a thing called the goodies menu. But we won't get that until challenge mode, so don't worry about it. Now that is actually the end of Planet Novalis. That is the end of part 2 of Let's Play Ratchet & Clank. I'll see you in part 3. It's getting a nice courier ship. I love the way he said it, courier ship. Anyways, you get this cutscene all the time, I'll show it. I'll show it every time because I love the scene. Yeah. Anyways, I'll see you in the next part when we want to go to Metropolis, Planet Kirwan. I'll see you there.